Rafah, a Palestinian city nestled on the Gaza Strip's southern border, has become a focal point of international attention. The recent escalation of violence has brought renewed scrutiny to the plight of its people. Once a bustling hub connecting Gaza to Egypt, Rafah is now synonymous with conflict, displacement, and humanitarian crisis. The world watches as the city and its inhabitants teeter on the brink. For years, Rafah has endured the brunt of military offenses, finding itself trapped in a cycle of destruction and despair. Its strategic location, acting as a crucial gateway between Gaza and Egypt, has made it a flashpoint in the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Each surge in violence leaves behind a trail of devastation, pushing its already strained infrastructure and resources to their limits. The human cost, however, remains immeasurable. The recent military offensive has exacerbated the already dire situation in Rafah. Thousands of families have been displaced from their homes, seeking refuge in overcrowded shelters or living in makeshift tents under the open sky. Food, clean water, and medical supplies are dwindling, sparking fears of a humanitarian catastrophe. The echoes of bombing, the cries of children, and the despair etched on the faces of its residents paint a grim picture of life under siege. Amidst the ruins and despair, the spirit of resilience flickers. Residents, hardened by years of conflict, display extraordinary courage and compassion, sharing their meager resources and offering comfort to their neighbors. But the situation remains critical, demanding immediate international attention and intervention. The world cannot afford to turn a blind eye to Rafah's plea for help. The recent military offensive has left an indelible mark on Rafah's landscape and psyche. The relentless bombardment has reduced homes, schools, and hospitals to rubble, stripping the city of its vibrancy and leaving behind a trail of trauma and loss. The streets, once bustling with life, now bear witness to the silent procession of mourners carrying the bodies of loved ones. The human cost of the conflict is staggering. The United Nations estimates that over civilians have been killed in Rafah alone, with the actual number feared to be much higher. Among the casualties are countless innocent women and children, their futures brutally cut short by the relentless cycle of violence. The physical wounds, though visible, only tell part of the story. The psychological toll of living under constant threat, of witnessing unimaginable horrors, and of enduring the loss of loved ones is immeasurable. The trauma runs deep, leaving many, particularly children, grappling with anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. The conflict has robbed an entire generation of their childhood, their education, and their sense of security. Children, forced to grow up amidst the rubble and chaos, bear the weight of a conflict they did not choose. They are the unseen victims, their silent suffering a stark reminder of the enduring legacy of violence. The relentless bombardment has not only claimed innocent lives, but has also crippled Rafah's already fragile infrastructure. The city's lifeline to the outside world, the Rafah border crossing with Egypt, remains largely closed, further isolating the besieged population and hindering the delivery of vital aid. Hospitals, already operating with limited resources and staff, are overwhelmed by the influx of casualties. Basic medical supplies are running dangerously low, forcing doctors to make impossible choices in a desperate attempt to save lives. The lack of essential equipment and medications has turned even minor injuries into life-threatening situations. The city's water and sanitation systems have also suffered significant damage, raising serious concerns about the spread of waterborne diseases. Access to clean water has become a luxury for many, forcing them to rely on unsafe sources, further jeopardizing their health and well-being. The combination of overcrowding, inadequate sanitation, and limited access to healthcare creates a breeding ground for disease outbreaks, posing a significant threat to public health. The destruction of infrastructure is not just a physical setback. It represents a collapse of essential services that are vital for the survival and well-being of Rafah's residents. The restoration of these services is not only crucial for immediate relief, but also for the long-term recovery and rebuilding of the city. Amidst the ruins of Rafah, stories of resilience and despair intertwine, painting a poignant picture of life under siege. A young mother cradling her malnourished child in her arms whispers of her struggle to find food and clean water. With tears streaming down her face, she speaks of the fear that consumes her every waking moment, the constant worry for the safety of her children. An elderly man, sitting amidst the rubble of what was once his home, shares his tale of loss and displacement. With trembling hands, he points to a pile of debris, his voice heavy with grief as he recounts the day a missile struck, claiming the lives of his wife and children. He speaks of his struggle to comprehend the senseless violence that has shattered his world. A doctor, weary from days of operating on a seemingly endless stream of casualties, speaks of the impossible choices he is forced to make. With a heavy heart, he describes the lack of essential medicines and equipment, forcing him to prioritize patients based on their chances of survival. His voice cracks as he recounts the heart-wrenching cries of children echoing through the hospital corridors. These stories, whispered amidst the rubble, are a testament to the human cost of the conflict. They are a stark reminder that behind the statistics lie real people, each with their own hopes, dreams, and stories. Their voices, often drowned out by the din of war, deserve to be heard. Their resilience in the face of unimaginable hardship serves as a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring human spirit.